Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. And our first story about a guy who walked into the wrong restaurant. That is not your burger. So today my family and I went out to lunch at Super Casual Dining Restaurant. This is one of those places where you order at the counter and collect your own food to take back to your table. No servers whatsoever. So I went to pick up my family's order, 5 of us eating, so it was a pretty big tray, and was headed back to my table when I feel a flabby hand close around my arm. That of Entitled Burger Man, EBM. I turn around to politely ask him to get the hell off me when he reaches out and takes a burger off my tray. The following conversation occurred with him shoving bite after bite into his mouth and talking with a wide-open mouth of half-chewed food. Ick. EBM. Finally, I'm starving. We've been waiting ages. Service is horrible here. Me. Dumbfounded. That's not yours. It's fine. The kitchen can make a new one. I've been waiting forever. Bring the rest of my food now. Sir, that's my food. You just stole my food. What do you mean it's yours? You've been taking a lunch break when we're waiting on our food? I demand to speak to your manager now. Sir, I don't work here. I'm a customer trying to enjoy my lunch, which is made a lot harder considering it's now stuck in your fat gob. At this point, the yelling sort of turned incoherent, and an employee turned up, replaced my lunch, plus some free potato wedges for the trouble, and told the EBM that he'd be paying for the extra burger before kicking him out. Some bullcrap at the craft store. So I used to work for a very well-known craft store that also sold a lot of fabrics. I was so excited to get hired at this store because I absolutely loved shopping there. My love for this store quickly went to crap. We were forced to wear these huge neon green aprons that we weren't allowed to take home and wash. I'm a small woman, about 5'3". My apron came down to my ankles, and my managers refused to order me a smaller size. Well, along with my apron dress, I was also scheduled 4 to 8 hours a week. I basically got paid enough to afford the gas to drive to work. I also had a manager who hated me for no apparent reason. I'd ask for a quick restroom break and get threatened with a write-up. Show up early for work, get accused of trying to rip off the company for extra money. Just blatant harassment. It's worth noting that I worked here for 4 months, and none of the managers, including the GM, remembered my name. The breaking part for me was when I got my new schedule for the week, and my GM had me down to work 12 to 14-hour shifts, every day that week. I told my GM about my college class hours, and she told me just to skip because they needed me more since she was going on vacation to Mexico. Ha! No, B! You can't remember my name and now you're going to work me to death because you want to dip out suddenly? Nope. I didn't show up for work that first 14-hour shift of the week, and nobody noticed. Fast forward to the end of the week, no calls from anyone. Okay, LOL, peace out. Now for the good part. I hadn't worked there for about 3 months when I get a random phone call. I answer and I'm instantly getting screamed at by some super PO'd lady. I deleted the store number so I didn't realize it was my old GM calling me. Where are you? You were scheduled to be here at 11 a.m. and it's 2 p.m. Get here now! Who the hell is this? How dare you? Have you forgotten who you're speaking to? Yes, actually. I'm writing you up as soon as you get here. You better get here ASAP. So Crazy B hangs up, and I'm sitting there like, did she just now realize I haven't been showing up for work? There's no way, right? Well, I decided to be a jerk, and I showed up at the store. Walked right up to my old boss, hoping she'd just lay into me so I could get her fired for yelling at a customer. Nope. She didn't even realize who I was. I ended up buying some mermaid scale print fabric and giving the store a super crappy survey and used the GM's name personally. Blocked the store number as well. Edit. I really didn't expect this story to get as much attention as it did, but since it did, I'm going to clarify some stuff. Yes, they really kept me employed there for the 3 months I didn't show up for work. No, unfortunately, I didn't get paid for them. After my encounter with the Crazy Bee, sorry it was so anticlimactic, I received an email from the company asking me to give an exit survey about my time employed with them. I dragged this company to the 9th circle of hell and back. I blasted the horrible management, the fact that I wasn't allowed to keep anything in my work locker after my shift, and the awful treatment of other coworkers by the GM. She got on the headset one day and threatened to slap the gay out of one of the people working at the fabric cutting center. I did get a response from corporate saying they'd look into it. Right now, I have no idea if the GM is still there. I'll stop on my next day off and see if I have the unfortunate luck of running into her. I stole it, but only on Mondays. So I volunteer for a driving service locally. Few hours per week. I drive the elderly to the doctors and to the shops and such. My only responsibility is to bring them from point A to point B and back. But as it's very often frail, weak, or small people, I go into the shop with them and help them get stuff off shelves and such, because I want to. It's a small community. A number of people know me in the area, and this is fine. Well, I drive on Mondays only, and this happened last Saturday when I went to the shops to do my own shopping. A lady I'd not seen before, not the typical Karen look, she looked like a normal woman in her mid-50s, visibly stared at me as I walked past her. I think nothing of this. People are weird sometimes. I go about my shopping. She follows me. I know this because I do a pretty unusual tour through the aisle since I know what I need and where. Near the register, we've walked past at least 3 uniformed shop employees by now. She just jams her cart in front of mine, blocking the way. "Excuse me, since you're obviously free, why haven't you offered to help me?" I stare for a good 15 seconds because I don't know what I could possibly help her with. That she thinks I work there doesn't occur to me. I've never worked a day of retail in my life. I'm a journalist. Nothing even close to what she's after. "With?" I say. "My shopping." "If you need help, I'd suggest an employee." "But you are free." "I don't work here." "Obviously not." Well, this startled me. I didn't expect her to agree with me. Then why would I help you? "You work for local service." "No, I'm self-employed. I volunteer there on Mondays." "Then help me already." By now, people have started peeking into our aisle. Her shrill voice having alerted others, I can see one of the shopkeepers debate whether or not to step in. Sadly, no. "It's not Monday," I tell her. "If it was Monday, I still wouldn't help you because it's a members-only service. You're not a member. And if you were, I still wouldn't help you because my only responsibility is driving people around. I help sometimes because I want to. And I certainly don't want to help you." "Well, I don't care." "Okay then, neither do I." I give her cart a push and walk past with mine to the register, start unloading my stuff. The cashier is already giving her and me side-eye because she can see this isn't over. "If you don't work here, how are you going to pay for that? You are going to pay, right?" This startled both me and the shopkeeper. It's so dumb I'm literally speechless for half a minute. Apparently this shop is the only way to earn money now? I don't even know. "No," I tell her. "I was just going to rob the store, to be honest. It is Saturday after all." "You're so rude." Well, I pay for my stuff, and she's still following me, having abandoned her cart in the aisle. I stay near the counter to pack my groceries while she hovers around me still. You understand I'm not going to help you. At all. Ever. Right? "I'll get you fired." I'm self-employed. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to fire me. I managed to make it out the door, put my cart back, and carried my stuff to my car. I almost think I ditched her when she appears again, next to me, yelling in my ear. "That's not your car." I have a small seat, nothing fancy, but I own it outright. By now, honestly, I was just having a laugh at this bee. Then why do my keys unlock the door? "I've seen your car." I mean, we're standing in front of it. "No, your real car, the VW. It dawns on me what she means. The local service has 2 brand spanking new 7-seater electric cars completely covered with stickers, ads, and so on for the driver's service. Cars are white, stickers orange or green, very distinct. It's tacky AF, but the cars are great for people with limited movement because they're big. How anyone could think a car with all those ads belongs to a random person is beyond me, TBH. That's not mine. This is. I just drive it sometimes. "That's illegal." It's not. Have a great day. By the way, the store has probably put your stuff back by now. She ignores this completely as I get into the car, lowering the window so as to not tempt her to open the door or something. "How did you get this car?" Now, I'm a fairly small woman, just over 5 feet, very friendly face, generally quite approachable, but with a loud voice when I try. I tried. I effing stole it, obviously. Murdered the owner as well. Keep yapping and I'll show you where they're buried. With that, I throw the car in gear, absolutely stomp the pedal to the ground, and race to the other end of the parking lot. I see her frantically scramble to what I assume to be her car, but by the time she's in it, I've pulled into traffic and pretty much out of her sight. Just for fun, I parked a little down the road from my place, next to another identical seat, same model, same color, very similar license plate, just in case she comes looking. Sadly, she didn't. I didn't see her or her car ever again. I was actually a little nervous that I'd get into trouble with the police or something for yelling that in case she reported me or something, but it seems she's not that crazy. You don't call me. I work as an emergency dispatcher and 911 operator. The other night, we got a call about a pickup truck parked at a tire store, loading tires in the back. Deputies responded and found that, yes, a theft had obviously occurred, and asked if I would call the owner to see if he wanted to come out and file a report. The owner was obviously annoyed with a 1:30 a.m. phone call, as people tend to be, but once I explain the circumstances, they tend to react appreciatively. But as I began, "This is county communications. We have deputies out at your..." He snarled, "Don't you call me at this time of the damn morning!" And he hung up. Well, he obviously didn't care that much then, did he? I shrugged my shoulders. I radioed the deputies. Made contact with the owner, and he advised we do not call him at this time of the morning. County, did you add that to the notes? 10-4, I did. Show us clear then. A few days later, my supervisor told me the owner, after filing a report the next day for the stolen tires, complained that we should have contacted him when it happened. The complaint made it to my supervisor, who kicked the notes and a recording of the 45-second phone call back up the chain. The owner was basically told where he could shove his complaint. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.